Yo, 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 yo,
Let's
yo,
go.
yo. We're back. We're back, guys. We are back. Guys, I just want
Boys
to
are
make
back
sure
in
you hit that
town.
like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because you never know when you might catch us on live. But yes, guys, we're back. We're back into normal scheduled time. Like always. Thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it, big dog?
Man, it feels good be back with my homies, my guys, my brothers, and we back at it again.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys back on live. You about to get in as we always do. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's get it.
Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow us over here for you guys to follow us so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X and also TikTok. Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Like always, shout out to American Trademan that's in the building. Albie Ward is also in the building. He said, peace to the chat. Peace to you guys. Guys, we are back. Thank you for being patient with us. We had a lot of stuff going on, but we figured it out. So now we're back. So that being said, we moving along to, you already know, sports. So Jordan, what's going on when it comes to sports, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's get into the NFL. So yesterday was the last day for the NFL trade deadline, and boy oh boy, we saw some big splashes coming off from yesterday. As we saw for basically for the New York Jets, they let go their cornerback Sauce Gardner and also their defensive tackle Quentin Williams. Sauce Gardner that he went to the Indianapolis Colts. The Jets they got 2 first-round picks from the Colts, so the Colts believe with this piece they go to the Super Bowl. And also Quentin Williams, he has been traded to the Dallas Cowboys, which buffers up Dallas Cowboys defensive line. And also they got an additional first round, also second round pick. Now with these trades, come with the Jets. It shows that when it comes to the Jets, they're starting over and they're trying to build for the future. So they got 5 first round picks in the next 2 years in the draft. And when it comes to the Colts, they solidified the spot for the quarterback to see them go to the Super Bowl, and also Dallas. They're also trying to build for the future to get back to the playoffs. So go ahead, Hakeem. I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip. But have Shabir talk about the trades, and after that, we're talking.
That traded away 2 former All-Pro players on trade deadline day. Again, we've never seen anything like that. And loaded up with draft picks in 2026 and 2027. And so what this does is it sends a message to the rest of the NFL that the New York Jets are on the prowl for a quarterback. They have a new general manager in Darren Muji. They have a new head coach in Aaron Glenn. And they're starting over, and these guys are going to have the ability now to bring in their guys and remake the roster. Now, we've seen a lot of this with the Jets before. They started over with Mark Sanchez. They started over with Sam Darnold. They started over with Zach Wilson. They're going to start it over again with another quarterback. But you want to hope and think that this time maybe it'll work, and the draft class of 27 is supposed to be outstanding in the terms of quarterbacks. So if the Jets don't get one this year, and there's a lot of mixed opinions about the quarterback draft class in 26, then 27 is waiting. But the Jets have options, and they have the draft capital, and they are the team that stole trade deadline day in 2025.
Yeah, so it was a big NFL trade deadlines. Other teams have made, some trades, but when it comes to the Jets, traded their players like to the Colts and to Dallas, this was the 3 of the main teams that would say, hey, one's building for the future. Colts are trying to get a piece of it to the Super Bowl, and also Dallas, they're trying to save up for next year so they can go back into the playoffs. With that being said, I was passing you, Ronnie. Who think that won this trade when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, the Indy, or also the Jets because they built for the future? So, who's your team thought had did their well when it comes to trades?
I'm being honest. I think the Jets did a good job when it comes to aspect of the trade because right now Justin Field is not really playing 110% for the New York Jets. But you got to keep it in mind too. The Jets always been having struggles when it comes to like trades. Like they never get that good trade that could get them going. First they started with Aaron Rodgers, didn't go well, so they thought they will have a different different position with Justin Fields, but you saw that didn't go well. So now they're getting another quarterback, and hopefully you already know might not go well. I think it's just the whole organization as a whole. I think the Jazz just need to pretty much throw that whole team away. No offense to New York, I think they just need to throw that whole team away. But they're gonna keep trying till they get it going. Look at what the Chicago Bears did. Chicago they was in a decline for a while. Look, now they're starting to come out. They've been winning majority of their game. They hot right now. So the Jets got to do the same thing. So hopefully with this trade, let's see if it makes a difference. But it probably won't. Go ahead, I can.
So you're 100% correct. And the Jets have been struggling since what's that boy name that left? And I don't think especially when the system of their football has been broken and they've been running a system for a long time. And once that person retires, we are in a new game. I would love to see them getting a young, fresh, talented, who doesn't have so many injuries, who understands football mechanic from the get-go, and just get down to the fundamentals.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the Jets, and I'm gonna pass with the Colts. But with the Jets, they got their picks. All they need to do is get their quarterback right. Since the last 12 years, what's Adam such a name that the Mark Sanchez, the Sam Darnold, the Zach Wilsons, like they never got the quarterback right. We thought it would been Sam Darnold, but it didn't work out. Now look at him in Seattle. Last year he was in Minnesota. He balled out. Now he in Seattle. He's balling out, trying to put him in the playoffs. So when it comes to the Jazz, they just need to get a quarterback right. And it's been a long time to get a quarterback right. Once they get that quarterback right, get a really good quarterback, that would definitely turn the franchise around. Now going to the Indianapolis Colts, getting Sauce Scott from the Jets. It just tells me when it comes to Daniel Jones, they believe in Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones is going to be their franchise quarterback. And when it comes to Indianapolis Colts, they've been playing very, very good football. And they try to get the number one seed in the AFC. So, and then if you look at it, guys, look at the NFL. There's not really a team that's like been dominant. 1 week it might be the Rams, 1 week it might be Indy, 1 week it might be the Lions. Once a week there might be the team, but it's really not a dominant team. So when it comes to Indy, I feel like Indy, okay, this might be the best chance we have just to, let's see where we can go. Let's see if we can get to the playoffs. Let's see if we get the number one seed. Let's see if we make it to the Super Bowl. So right now, the season is really, really wide open of, who can reach to the Super Bowl in the AFC, the NFC, and the Indianapolis Colts are taking their chance. Hey, let's get Sauce Gardner. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and let's see if we can make this push to the Super Bowl. So for the Colts and Indianapolis Colts, I like it for the Colts because they're trying to say, hey, we got the pieces, we got the running back, we got the quarterback. Let's see if we can make it to the Super Bowl.
Fact upon fact, Jordan. Like I always, shout out to the lovely Evelyn Perez is in the building. Shout out to Just Hear Me Out. Seahawks. He's a Seahawks fan. 49 fans are losers. And also shout out to Wahai that's also in the building. He said, how about them boys? And you already know Just Hear Me Out said the Cowboys are losers. Either way, if they lose the trade, they will lose. If they win, their team is still can't win a playoff. I agree. And he also say the Jets are a broken franchise. Look at what Sam Darnold's doing in Seattle, which is also a fact. No, the Jets is ruining the young players. Just hear me out again. He said, wrong. Sam Darnold and Danny Diamond lead New York, and they are top two teams, which is true. Like, it's weird. Like, every team that leave the New York Jets end up being like great players in other team. Sam Darnold doing a wonderful job, and also who else was the quarterback and for the
you can say Aaron Rodgers. He's doing pretty well in Pittsburgh.
No, yeah, he is. Aaron Rodgers is a ghost. He's a ghost. So it makes sense. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because you never know when you might catch us go live. We are back, guys. We are back to normal scheduled time, so we will be going back live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And moving along to, shout out to Jesse Mia. Go ahead, Jordan, read the super chat.
Yeah, this is just me out with the 99 Super Chat. It says it's been a minute. Salute to Chaos Culture Radio, man. We appreciate you. Just hear me out, man. It's been a minute, man. Thank you so much.
And not that, but you guys want a really good laugh, go ahead and check out Just Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out. Go check out his content. Is very, very hilarious. He deep dives.
Yep.
If you ever have a time, just go. You'll be laughing. He's like, a very, very committed guy. Shout out to Y High. Yeah, Jack Wilson. Thank you, Y High. That's what it was. Jack Wilson is
Mhm.
also doing good. Moving along to money. Money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about Amazon. They made a deal with OpenAI. So Amazon and OpenAI have struck a big major deal, which is a $38 billion deal. And it's kind of showed that, we hear that, Amazon's cutting a lot of jobs. As we see Amazon making this deal, we see that, they're definitely going very direct when it comes to AI, which definitely will affect more jobs when it comes to Amazon warehouses and everything. So we do have a clip of Yahoo Finances. So go ahead, Ronnie, play the first 30 minutes. The first 3 minutes, and after that, we'll shop.
Shares jumping today after the company announced a $38 billion partnership with OpenAI, giving the ChatGPT maker access to Amazon's cloud infrastructure and NVIDIA's AI technology. Yahoo Finance tech editor Dan Howley joins us now to break it all down. So Dan, this agreement essentially links Amazon, OpenAI, and NVIDIA, three heavyweights in one move. And it was a little confusing to me at first, because why wouldn't OpenAI just go directly to NVIDIA? So how does this work in practice? And why are we seeing so many of these interconnected AI partnerships right now?
Yeah, like this is basically kind of an extension of what we've seen in the past, where OpenAI teamed up with Microsoft. They were using Microsoft's Azure cloud. This way, the infrastructure is already built. They don't have to put in for it. They just pay to rent the servers. It's the same thing here with Amazon, the same thing we also saw with Oracle. Now, just for some context, originally, OpenAI and Microsoft were linked at the hip. Microsoft was the number one provider, exclusive provider for their cloud services for AI, but then they started to allow OpenAI to use other sources for their cloud needs. Microsoft just unable to really keep up with how much OpenAI demanded as far as capacity, and so they had a right of first refusal. That allowed Oracle to come in with the Stargate project. Now, last week, we saw OpenAI and Microsoft sign a new deal, basically cementing OpenAI's ability to turn into a public benefit corporation. And as part of that, Microsoft no longer has that right of first refusal. And so OpenAI is free to go and work with the likes of AWS. Now, this is a big deal for AWS because prior to their earnings and prior to this even, there was discussion of them falling behind perhaps in the AI race just because the fact that they didn't have a huge name customer like OpenAI. Yes, they had Anthropic, but they split Anthropic with Google more or less. They said that they're going to have 1 million chips for Anthropic. Google said the same thing. So this is an extension of all of those deals.
Mark, you called Amazon's third quarter the AWS unlock quarter. So how does this news, the OpenAI partnership, really fit into that story? And is it a sign that Amazon's AI momentum, it's just sort of getting started here?
I think yes to all of that, what you just said. So I think the AWS unlock continues. We had sort of had a sneaky suspicion that there was a compute deal in the cards somehow for OpenAI and for AWS. OpenAI has been pretty public for a while, saying that that they needed more compute, and Amazon's sitting out there as the one major cloud vendor that they weren't aggressively working with. So. Anyway, so I think it's sort of it's a sizable deal. It adds to a backlog that the company already talked about in the month of October, which was as big as what they had signed in all of the September quarter. So it just seems like Amazon's finally gotten a lot of momentum behind it again. And the stock, the single biggest factor on Amazon stock the last 2+ years, 2.5 years, has been the performance of AWS. And now that started to turn back up, I think that's why the stock will turn back up.
Yeah, so this is some big news coming over AI, and it shows that AI is taking over. So go ahead, Ronnie, man, what's your take on this?
Tremendous good news for Amazon. Amazon continue to innovate when it comes to aspect of technology. As you can see that last week, they laid off over 30K workers that from corporate America, because now they're gonna introduce like more AI.
Ron, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, go ahead.
Can you hear me now, Jordan? You can hear me?
Jordan.
You can hear me, Hakeem?
Go ahead.
I said, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. My
Okay, good,
apology.
perfect. Yeah. So that was going on. So that was going on right now. Oh, there you go. There's Jordan right now. Jordan, we lost connection with Jordan. There you go. There you go. So pretty much with the aspect of AI, AI is doing a good job. And I mean, sorry, Amazon is doing a good job. Sorry, guys, I just lost my train of thought. So Amazon is doing a great job trying to pretty much doing a quote unquote deal with Chat GBT when it comes to aspect of AI, because AI is pretty much what's running the world. If you go to China, if you do research in China, everything in China is run by AI. It's run by technology. It's run by computers. So by them doing more innovation to their corporate American job when it comes to Amazon, they're gonna continue to grow as a company. You saw they lay off what 30K people, 30K of workers, and they're gonna lay off more workers because they see how AI is more beneficial. You don't have to worry about certain things when it comes to aspect of computers than humans. That they're just doing something that's completely taking over the world. So to me, of course, it's not a financial advisor. I always speak with a financial advisor. I think this is a good time to invest in on Amazon. They're doing a good job when it comes to aspect of that. Go ahead, Hakeem.
If people are sleeping behind the AI craze, I feel sorry for you. You're gonna get left behind. If they're already making partnerships and deal, AI is so integrated in our life right now. This just makes sense why they're partnering up with AWS. AWS know that AI and cloud put together is only going to speed in the acceleration of technology. So to see this deal, if you ain't invest, I remind you, this is not a financial advisor. You need to invest today. Trust me on that.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. Just this deal is really, really big, huge, and this shows you in the shoot. I was gonna say next 10 years, the next 5 years, AI is going to be so efficient. Not just Amazon, but when it comes to other companies as well, as we see Amazon making this big move and everything. You start going to see, UPS, FedEx, and other, companies like this, who's going to lean onto AI and everything. And also, just keep open in mind about, when it comes to these AI stocks and everything, I'm not this not financial advice, but look at some AI stock and everything and see, what's the projections will be next 3 to 4 years, because this, like I said, when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to getting your package delivered to your door, it's just going to be better. It's going to be better. It's going to be a thing where maybe next year or so, Amazon, when you order something, you probably get your package in the next 2 to 4 hours. They already do that in the same day. Just watch how you guys move right now. And Amazon is showing you how to do it, and then I believe other companies going to follow when it comes to AI.
Now, but shout out to Mr. Darlow that's in the building. He said AI is dangerous. It should be only used for business models. Why? Not why high, but why high say some of the people that got laid off from Amazon was due to the benefits being cut, and they're trying to do a universal income ASAP. I think that at first I used to disagree with you on that one, but I think that's where they're headed to, a universal income. But I'm still doing my research on when it comes to aspect of universal income. Just hear me out. Actually, disagree with us when it comes to aspect of AI, Hakeem. He even said it here, Hakeem. You can see the chat, Hakeem. Hope you can read it. Hakeem, you there?
No, I read. He said you guys don't understand inherent design problems with their current model. It's not going to keep. It's not going to keep going. The model isn't designed to learn logic exactly. So and just yet near Dulles, I mean this type of AI is cool. We don't have like a super intelligent type of AI, which we see in movies and everything, which it goes above humans. It's really just basic AI just help us out. When you start seeing hearing about super AI, super intelligent AI, that's when you maybe need to start worrying, because it's really to be more intelligence than a human being. So I wouldn't worry about AI right now.
And not even that, but I think right now, even with Chat GBT, they say now you can't use it in court or medical information. So you can't use that anymore with Chat GBT. So they're still working the tweaks out of it. But people gotta understand that AI is pretty much running the world. It literally is. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah.
Get me out with this chat.
Now just me out with the final super cat. Appreciate it. Yeah, just me out. He said stop. The model will never get there. You're aware that the LLM and GPT models cannot play chess, right? It's not anywhere near replacement yet.
Yeah, and also Mr. Dialogue is in the building. We are seeing how AI is now controlling the mind. It is, but this is what it is. And Jordan, just hit me. Why I say check your mic? I think it's coming in and out.
Yeah, I'm in a conference room, so I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. That's why my mic is kind of acting up real bad. Because my wife's in my daughter there, so I just can't do conference room. That's my mic. So Wi-Fi.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't
That's
forget to
right.
hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We move along to hip hop. Hip hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about Blueface. So Blueface has finally been released for president, and during that day, immediately went viral. You know, we saw his moms play with his kids. Then there was Rashad Rock. Rashad Rock was with Blueface, and also with his other baby mama kids, and that went viral. You know, Blueface other baby mama came stepped in and said, "Hey, I don't want to mess. You know, I want her to touch me," all that type of things. And later that day, he went on to DDG's stream and with Rashad Rock. And the same day he got in prison, he went really viral. We have Blueface, Rashad Rock. You know, when it comes to this internet thing, you know, it's really all eyes on them. So since Blueface came out, it's really all eyes on him. So we do have a couple clips with him and his kids, and also him with DDG was streaming. So go ahead, Ron, and play the clips. And we'll talk about
Brother.
Wait, which game?
Baby brother.
Baby brother.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, big
What's
brother?
this?
Damn, we getting this shit all the way together, man. You know what time it is. You tell him.
He got big a lot.
Yeah. You noticed? Well, I'm looking like 101 Dalmatian. Damn.
But if he stands up, he's way taller.
Yeah.
My room is pretty.
Huh?
My room is pretty.
Where your room at?
Right here. Can you come over?
Yeah. You like it?
And my Elsa picture and my picture, right?
Yeah, you want to take a picture of me? Come on. Damn. Bad, man. But it was a good experience, you know. Got my size up.
What was you eating in that bitch?
What, to gain weight or just in general?
To gain weight or in general, whatever. I don't.
Yeah, cause like I started on a little weight journey. You know, it wasn't like I just woke up like this, held up.
Oh, so you wanted to get like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I started it. I'm eating till I throw up. But what I was eating mashed potatoes and oatmeal. So boom, I eat both the trays. They bring us tray, breakfast and dinner.
Yeah.
And then I fill in the blanks with mashed potatoes and oatmeal. So I like every day.
Straight mashed potatoes, oatmeal.
Separate.
No
serving.
protein though.
Oh, hey, man, I'm in prison. I ain't got no protein.
I don't never been, bro. I don't know what they got in
Nah,
there.
ain't no protein in there, man.
No protein.
No
Niggas
protein.
giving niggas straight carbs.
Yeah, and that's what I was buying from the store. That's not even like, you know. They
Oh, it's a
giving me-
store in there.
Yeah. I'm still good.
So it'd be regular niggas like what?
Still green.
Yeah, you
I
good.
pressed the button on that.
No, you good.
Yeah, only go 300 though for the whole month.
What you mean 300?
$300 for the whole month.
That's how much you can spend. Damn.
Bad, man. But it was a good experience, you know. Got my size up.
What was you eating in that?
So Blueface is finally out, and you know him being out, you know, be with his kids, try to turn to a different leaf, and we'll see how it goes. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your since Blueface is out? You know, do you have any expectations, or what do you see Blueface? You know, he should be doing since he's out of prison, being with his family.
Blueface doing what he's supposed to be doing. He trolling the internet, and people are loving it. when Blueface came out, the internet went crazy. So Tekashi 6ix9ine, internet's going crazy. So they're doing what they're supposed to do, get people distracted or what important thing that's going on within the world. But one thing about Blueface, people fail to realize, and I give this man a lot of credit. He's always there with his kids. He always spend time with his kids. People cannot take that away from him. He is a great father. But outside of that, when it comes to women and how he dates, you already know it's a whole nother ballgame. And you already know Krishan Rock was waiting for him to come out because she was dealing with somebody. It seemed like she let that go and went right back to Blueface. And Blueface pretty much currently is in a relationship. So it seemed like it's just an ongoing cycle when it becomes them two. But at the end of the day, the internet's loving it. Even though people say they're tired of him, nah, that was waiting for him to come out because now it is buzzing. Go ahead, Akeem.
Let me tell you something. I'm a second and say that Blueface has always been an amazing father. I don't know how I could tell you how I can say this. He doesn't even curse around his son. He doesn't even curse around his son. If you see the way he's talking and how they're interacting. Now, outside of that, he's back on that end stuff. And let's see what he does. I pray he's such a good father. I would hope that he would stay out at this time and be able to be more active because his kids really do love him. He takes care of them financially. You never hear this baby mamas talking about he ain't giving no money. He don't even really be in no beefs like that. He's just a regular hood dude. So hopefully he can stay out of this mess. And he's one of the dudes I would love to see successful this year in music.
Yeah, absolutely, and also how big streaming is. Since he's been in prison, him coming out of prison, I can see Blueface, definitely getting into the streaming, being streaming, and see how, what role he would take when it comes to streaming and everything. So, when it comes to Blueface, with his kids, kids are having to say help. He's happy to be around his family and everything. I think, he's done, doing that, try to do some messy stuff and try to get him back into jail and everything. So, like I said, Blueface will be hopefully he'll stay clean about anything that he does. Be around his kids. That's the most important thing. Get back to rapping and also get back to streaming and make this money. And, and the thing is, him being out off of Krishan, it's also be some messy situation when it comes to Krishan and also the other thing. So we never gonna see some messy things when it comes on to him. To me, that's not gonna be non-stop with that. That's what we kind of views and everything. So, but anyways, Blueface, be around kids, makes money and just really out of trouble.
Yo, know about Evelyn Perez, shout out to her. The pretty Evelyn Perez. He said the weight game was called because he got beat up when he got first into jail. I didn't know that he got beat up because he was a boxer. So that one shocked to me because he was small in his face and scarred. That's why he got tattoos. It makes sense though. It makes sense why he gained that weight because I already told somebody like when you big like that, remember so nobody can mess with you. And he got the height. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Rumble, X, Bingo Live, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every time we go live. You already know it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. So let's go. We got a lot of topics to talk about. First thing first, Jordan, what's going on in the airspace? Transportation that got shut down due to the government shutdown.
Yeah, so the government shutdown is still going on. There's a possibility that some airspaces in the United States will temporarily be shut down due to government shutdown. That is, since air traffic control is due to government, and also TSA is due to government. We see a lot of really long lines, a lot of TSA people are, either they're skipping their shit because they're not getting paid. We see around some airports that there's a very, very long line, and it comes to terms to flights being canceled. And if it keeps going out there, you're gonna see a lot of airspaces get shut down if it still don't get done when it comes. If it still doesn't get done when it comes into the crisis. So we do have to go ahead Ronnie played the clip, and after that,
is again warning this could get worse. What happens if they have to close airspace in some areas?
This is probably the most dire warning that we've heard from the Secretary of Transportation during this shutdown. If they don't have enough air traffic controllers, they won't risk it. They will reduce the number of planes in the air so that the controllers who are working are able to safely manage that airspace. But if you have more than the usual people, calling out sick, you may have to shut down airspace in portions of the country. Let's listen to what the Secretary said just a few moments ago.
If you bring us to a week from today, Democrats, you will see mass chaos, you will see mass flight delays, you'll see mass cancellations, and you may see us close certain parts of the airspace because we just cannot manage it because we don't have the air traffic controllers.
And a similar situation happened in 2019 on day 35, day 34 and day 35, and that is what many believe ultimately ended the shutdown during the last round.
Sam, are there any tips to be gleaned here for travelers, or is it just show up early, check in often, and hope for the best?
Yeah, I mean, really, this is like, kind of Russian roulette here. You don't know where the controller is going to go out, which facilities they're going to call out from. There are air traffic control facilities in this country that control airspace across multiple states. So, for example, Denver Center is an air traffic control center in Denver, but it handles all of the air traffic above 18,000 feet in parts of Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado. So if you get a couple of controllers who call out there, that impacts a lot of people in a lot of different states. So it really just depends on where these call-outs happen to who's affected.
yeah, man, it's definitely getting crazy out here, man. It's definitely getting crazy. But after hearing this, Ronnie, what's your take about this, man? I see some airports, some airports kind of closed down with certain airlines.
To me, this is very scary. Because remember, if you have the main airport that pretty much that when it comes to aspect controls and seeing what's going on, and they're not there at job because of the lack of the shortage, it could be a lot. It could be a lot of cause of death. Not only that, people are going to begin to panic, and this is what we don't want that to happen. So to me, this been shut down for way too long. Trump and all his administration team, they made history. We got it. Now it's time to get the government. It's time to get the government open. It's time to get the government because people are starting to panic. You see, people are still worrying about the food stamp, but there's other things that's going on. Because think about it. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the last couple of days, if you go and check out what's happening in Atlanta, Houston, and all across America, like TSA is not coming to work. So there've been long line all across the hall due to the fact in the airport due to the fact is because of the shutdown. So this is getting way out of hand. They need to start playing and start opening things up. Go right ahead, Akeem.
Brother, when I look at this, I'm thinking that we're in the last days. When he said complete chaos and anarchy, I said we're in the last days. We ain't no food stamps. We ain't gonna be able to fly, so we're gonna start fighting for bread and watching planes fall from the sky. Lord Jesus, save us now. What do we do? So the Democrats need to stop holding out and try to make this deal work. Because if you never seen something, you remember that movie Escape from LA and Escape from New York by Kurt Russell? That's what we're getting to.
Yeah, man. Boy, this is a movie, man. This right here is crazy. Like I never thought like times like this when it comes to airlines that certain airspace is going to get shut down. It's and the thing is for some airlines, they don't lose money. If they have to shut down, they're going to lose a lot of money. Because if you like I say, you go to like Ronnie said, you go to Atlanta, Houston, you're in LA, Dallas, Chicago, those main cities have like the biggest airports where they like to commute and go like commute and jump and go to different airlines and everything. Go jump into a stop and go to a different airplane where they got to do a layover and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Hopefully, they don't get done like Thanksgiving, because they don't get done like Thanksgiving. If you want to talk about anarchy and all that type of things, boy, man, I'm saying if they don't get it done, I'm probably gonna say something about something with the Kurds, something like that. More of the Kurds that we have to write this for. Hey, man, come on, man. Please, man. Democrats and Republicans, let's get this done, man. Stop playing around, because you keep doing this, it's gonna be crazy out there. It's definitely gonna be crazy.
I got one more thought, and I want to agree with narrative and dialogue with the whole EBT situation. The system needs to be overhauled. Let's just get that straight. Everything in America needs to be overhauled, and narrative and dialogue does have another point. I hope that people didn't think that we voted to try to get black women in line. They're on their own business. We're trying to get ourselves straight. We want the country to be in a place where we can strive and thrive and get things in our own merit. And so we're not relying on government services, so we can be able to build companies and get the jobs that we need and to be productive citizens. And that's what we need to try to teach people in our community. But the government needs to get these things in order so we can move along.
I want to say this too.
Go ahead.
I want to say this too. Even though Eric Donald said about EBT about black men go for Trump and for black women in order not to get the bigger picture.
Right.
Don't forget about black women now. Shoot, you thought why would they get EBTs too? If they don't get this stuff, talk about white crime. Boy, you're gonna be hearing a lot of that when it comes to if EBT, if our government shutdown gets stressed out. Because I'm not looking at us as black people. We're gonna find ways to find. The other races, I don't know what they're gonna do. They about to go crazy. I just want to say that.
No, but you got to keep in mind, majority of people that's on EBT, I think it's mostly white people, white Americans. They're the majority of people that's on EBT, so they're the most people that's facing it feeling it very, very hard. So at the end of the day, because we don't advocate for EBT, but Hakeem and Joe, you got to keep in mind too, there is some working class American citizens that are on EBT because they don't make enough. They need that extra income coming from the government. That's why I don't really bash it too much, but I'm against the people that taking advantage of it, like the people that was getting $2K, $3K off EBT, especially when it comes to the aspect of the legal immigrants. That ain't making any sense. And New York, New York got a new mayor that's about to advocate to make sure that people can have more money on EBT when they really don't deserve it. So let's see. New York this is to let somebody into office that ain't make no sense. But let's see what happens. Moving on to other trending news, Jordan. What's going on in Kentucky?
Yeah, man, crazy things going on in Kentucky, man. So there was a plane crash that happened, and it was UPS cargo train was crashed and how it landed on the side. It really caused a big explosion. It said that hearing that 3 people on the plane that definitely passed away, and this news is part around the world. So go ahead, Ronnie, play the little clip of it on the plane, and after that, we'll jump it up. This is devastating. Yeah, man, this definitely been viral, man, and like I said, 3 people lost their lives, and this right here was just devastating because they said the wing caught on fire, but when it was trying to lift, and then after that, it was trying back to land and trying to cause a big explosion. So go ahead, Ronnie, what's your take on this?
But I didn't say they didn't know what caused the plane to crash. Did they ever find out, Jordan, what caused the plane to crash?
They said the left wing of it caught on fire, I think the engine, and they were trying to land it back, but I guess when they were trying to land it back, the wing, the plane turned on the side and it was trying to land and crashed on the side and caused a big explosion. So they said the left wing was caught fire. I think it was in the change.
And that when I always say check them on your long one, check them on your long one, because you never know where this war is headed to. And as you can see, this war is headed to complete chaos. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. But this is what's happening. It's complete chaos. It's because of lack of everything that's going on, the bad energies that's in the air, and it's causing all this thing to erupt. And remember, we talk about this a lot. Plane crashes does happen, but it's a small number when it comes to it. But when you start seeing plane crashes happening on a major scale, then that's when people need to panic, because you got to see, okay, you got to deep dive to see exactly what's going on. And I think it's the lack. Somebody's going to, of course, be held responsible for this, because they got to do maintenance when it comes to these planes. But, man, love and prayer go out to the people that lost their life on this one. This is wow. Go ahead, Hakeem.
So it's just a sad thing to see this, bro. And I'm telling people, this is why we need AI, and we need to do an overhaul in the airline industry, because we already got too many plane crashes. We need an intervention. We need more technologies. We need new minds. We need to see where we can start to do more regular checkups on planes. I need the robots here. Please, I want the humanoid robots. We need to put a lot of these airplane mechanics out of a job. They're not doing their jobs. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to see no more fiery birds in the air. I'll land right there.
Yeah, man. It's we talked about it earlier this year because I remember we talked about this. Every shows, every time we go live, we saw these plane crashes and everything. They come down, and now we see something like this, which is, it's very sad to see, people that's on the plane lost their lives and everything. So, like I said, it seemed like the left when they caught fire, probably were injured and everything. So, I don't know a whole bunch of plane bust out or anything like that, but yeah, man, it's sad. It's just so sad to see plane crashes like that, because it's rare to see something like this, and to see something like that going on, man, it's just sad, devastating. So prayers go out to the family.
No, but I kind of second Hakeem thought when it comes to aspect of the AIs in these planes. If I ever have time, do research when it comes to China, Shanghai, they one of the capitals over there in China. You will see how they are literally integrating AI, and the plane rarely have crashes. It's the craziest thing in the world, and I think that's where we're headed to now, because the United States are planning to compete with China when it comes to aspect of AI and with technology. But guys, if you ever have a chance, do research on that, because it's mind blowing what's going on in China and things they got going on in China and also in Japan. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, also being with us when it came to aspect of us fixing our schedule. Main topic on today's show. So, Jordan, we had a lot of voting going on yesterday. So, what's going on over there in California?
Yeah, so particularly California, there was Proposition 50, which when it comes to managing the house when it comes to voter kind of push up those what happened in Texas and everything, and also
bear with us, we lost Jordan on it was 1 second. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that
like button.
Yeah, so you never miss it when we go live. Hold on, we'll wait till Jordan gets back, and then we'll go ahead. Yeah, so Hakeem, did you vote yesterday?
No, it was voting yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. What? It was like, I think it was midterm election. Like,
no, I didn't even vote.
Like I didn't even know. That's bad, because normally I know and normally I vote. I just realized yesterday when my phone started getting stuff from like candidates and this and that on my phone. I was like, I didn't even vote yesterday. Normally I do vote, and I didn't even vote.
For me, I vote by mail, so usually my stuff comes in the mail.
Yeah, it was like it was just for like mayors and this and that. That's why New York got that new mayor, which is a Muslim mayor. First time in New York history.
Oh, wow. Is it the Indian guy?
Yeah, it's the Indian guy.
Oh, yeah. He's going to ruin New York just as well.
That's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying, but because his more objective is to mostly focus on the immigrants and actually the New Yorkers with their federalized. So let's see what happens. But we could be wrong, but let's see what happens. But he's the first ever Muslim mayor in New York City. We'll wait till Jordan get back, and then we'll play the clip. There you go. He's back now.
All right.
Hold on. You got him. You got him back. There you go. Jordan, you there? I think Jordan, you might have to turn your camera off, probably.
Okay, I'm probably back.
Yeah, see if it makes a difference. Just turn your camera off. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Go ahead.
All right. So when it comes to the redistricting, when it comes to Prop 50s, this kind of helps the Democrat helps kind of keep their numbers when it comes to districts like California, because as we saw in Texas, when it comes to redistricting, they have more seats when it comes to Republicans like Texas. Now when it comes to California, this helps make sure that keeps an even number when it comes to Democrats redistricting here in California. So we do have a clip. Robbie, go ahead and play the clip from I think it's the first 3 minutes of it, of the Prop 50 of California. That's what we're jumping up.
NBC News now project. So let's talk about this ballot measure, Prop 50. NBC News now projecting it has passed. Show us what you've got there, Steve.
Yeah, well, I want to explain what we have here because folks might be a little bit confused. We are calling this, you see the check mark, you don't see any numbers, you don't see any counties filled in. So what happened? What happened is we took exit polls in all of the key states and in New York City tonight. In the exit poll on this proposition, the margin for yes was so overwhelming in the exit poll and so consistent with all of the data we had seen in the run-up to the election that our decision desk is going to call this based on that exit poll. I want to make it clear that's not an unusual practice. You probably don't notice it a lot, like on a presidential election night, but a state like California will be called like this. We don't tend to pay much attention to it on a presidential election night because we're in the middle of North Carolina and Georgia and Wisconsin and showing you results from all the swing states. But there are a lot of states out there that are very lopsided states, either Democratic or Republican states. And when you get an exit poll that really just confirms that, the state will be called that quickly. So that is what you're seeing happening here. Our decision desk has made the determination based on what they've seen in the exit poll and some other data that they can call this for yes right away. And again, we will start seeing big batches of votes come in here very shortly.
All right. And Steve, Callie, go ahead.
I just want to say one super interesting thing that's coming out of our exit polls here. And I know I want to get to California, but when you talk about this redistricting, when you talk about the exit polls, as Steve does here, there was a really interesting data point because we asked, the exit pollers asked, do you think each state's congressional district lines should be drawn by the party in power or by a nonpartisan commission? Overwhelmingly, look at this. 92% of people said it should be a nonpartisan commission. And yet, look at the breakout here, right? More than half of those people who said they want to see a commission do it said they voted for Prop 8, for Prop 50, wanted to actually see California redraw these lines. What does that say? Due credit to our political unit, Ben Cameron, Bridget Bowman. Yeah. Partisanship can be a hell of a drug, right? That even as people say that they felt like they wanted this to be nonpartisan, these drawing lines, as we talked about, this has more to do than just redistricting, right? Like this is something that is going to be impactful beyond simply the lines on the map here. We talked about the Gavin Newsom impact, et cetera. It looks like California voters want to send a message here with this vote.
Well, I'm glad that you bring that up, Hallie, because it is fascinating. And it was one of the hurdles. You talked about this being a risky move on the part of Governor Gavin Newsom. It was one of the hurdles that he faced, making this argument to essentially go around the independent commission and redraw the maps of California. I want to go back out to Liz Kreutz in California, because, Liz, part of what Governor Newsom was contending with was the idea that initially some top Democrats had historically been opposed to the idea of redistricting. That includes former President Obama, who then said, no, he supports what Governor Gavin Newsom was doing here in California because the game has effectively changed.
Yeah, Kristen, I mean, when Governor Newsom first announced this, there was definitely a sense that this was going to be an uphill battle. Right now, up until now, there is this independent bipartisan redistricting commission that was put into place by former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, extraordinarily popular here in the state, that draws the congressional lines every 10 years. So this is overturning that. The big message here by Governor Newsom was that it would be just temporary. It's just for 2026, 2028, and 2030, and then it will revert back to this independent commission. He has stood by that. However, former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger says that he feels that's a scam. He has been adamantly against it. I'll toss it back to you, Kristen.
Yeah, man. So this has this shows a major shift when it comes to Democrats, and this right here, when it comes to Democrats, goes a long way when it comes to the midterms. Also comes from the presidential election in the next 2 to 4 years. So I'm gonna start with you, Ronnie. After you've seen this Prop 50 pass through, which helped the Democrats to redistricting, kind of have the level playing field of California. What's your take on this?
Bad call when it comes to the Californians. I think they made a terrible mistake. California would never see a change because of the way on how they vote things, and they complain later when things are not going the way it should be going. Them voting in Part 50 once again is absurd. You know, I feel sorry for what's happening in California, but I know they want to see a change. They want to see something different, but it's like it seems like Californians just like to be in a whole heap of mess. But you know, with Gavin Newsom trying to run for president, I won't be surprised. It won't be any different. Go ahead, I can't. Your thoughts on that one?
So I want people to understand the implications of redistricting a whole state.
Mm-hmm.
That's how funding gets distributed. That's how you know the whole thing of redlining and all this stuff. Certain kids could be moved to certain schools. Certain funding could be funded places that wasn't get funding will now be involved, and it's so crazy because you can have two cities that are separated by one street, and they could rechange that where now it's just, oh no, this was a part of this city anyway, so now they will have to try to fix whatever's fixed now. So and don't get me wrong, this is also a power play for a political move. If one district has more voters that are Democrat than the other, it just benefits them in a way. So this is a whole quasi-war thing they're trying to do. Gavin Newsom and all these people know because they already got the lines drawn out in their mind on how they're going to try to manipulate this situation. But it's going to be some big implications if this gets approved.
Yeah, when it comes to Prop 50 here, when it comes to Democrats here, this was very easy for them to do, especially in the state of California, because when you got major cities that's mostly blue here in Los Angeles, all the way up to San Francisco, those type of areas, which the majority of people live at every day. This was definitely easy when it comes to this Prop 50 and everything. So this was not a surprise or a shock to me about this. Like I said, this is a long-term power play when it comes to midterm election and also the presidential election as well. So, and to me, the Democrats want to do something because if Trump would have kept redistricting and everything, it would definitely made some definite moves because Trump definitely had a mind about how to redistrict here in California and everything. Republicans and Democrats, they always have something to. Always have an idea about how we can redistrict certain states and everything. Not just here in California, but also other states as well. So when it comes to Democrats, for them, they had to do this because if they didn't do this, they would have been really, really in trouble in the next, when it comes to the next midterm election and also in presidential election. So like I said, when we see more other states doing this, we'll definitely see. We also in Texas doing this in California, and let's just see if there might be other states doing this in the next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and it just what Hakeem said, this is all spin out war because of Republicans and Democrats.
Moving along to other political news. Jordan, what's going on with in Detroit? What Mary Sheffield is the
Yeah.
first woman elected as mayor in Detroit? Go ahead.
So not just the election here kept on the Prop 50. So there's been other elections going on in the city of Detroit. They got their first black woman in the city of Detroit, which is a Democrats, and also New York. They got their Democratic mayor. New Jersey did as well, and also Virginia. And we see like all across this country when it comes to these mayors, they're majority Democrats. Donald Trump, he tweeted out how he's kind of very disappointed about on how Democrats are taking these mayor roles and everything, and how the elections are being rigged and everything, and we're seeing that it's been when it comes to the year 2025, it's been a big year when it comes to Democrats votes. But it comes also with profit and also mayors being voted as Democrats as well. So, but we do have a clip from a Detroit mayor. She's getting her being elected. So go everybody play the clip and I can have a show.
Good evening, Detroit. Wow. Detroit, we did it. We did it. Detroit, you showed up, you showed out, you stood strong and raised your voices towards a future that we all can believe in. And when some said that it couldn't be done, when some said that it was not the time, Detroit, you said, together we can. Together we will. And tonight, together we did. Tonight, this victory belongs to all of us. Detroit, you have spoken loud and clear from every corner of this city. That's right, thank you. And I am reminded tonight that all things are possible to the one who believes. As I stand here as your mayor-elect, I want to first extend my deepest gratitude to the residents of this great city. You all have welcomed me into your homes, your neighborhoods, where else? That's right, everywhere, all throughout this city. And I would never forget the memories and the times that we've shared throughout this campaign.
So yeah, man. So it's been big election and around, in certain cities in New Jersey, New York, but it's been really big when it comes to in Detroit because like I said, she's the first black woman to be mayor of the city of Detroit. So go ahead, my man. What's your take on this?
I'm happy for her. They see you've been making a change in Detroit. When it comes to aspect of these mayors and they allow them to put into power and really don't make a difference. But if she come in there and make a difference, I'm all for it. But let's see what's going to happen in the next several months. But shout out to her for having a great win, a huge win, especially in Detroit history. So it's to show you that so people can't say black men don't support black women. As you can see, black men supported a black woman to be in office, to be a leader over them. Go ahead, Hakeem. Your thoughts on that?
Now, brother, you honed in on something that we need to talk about. First off, I don't care if she's the first mayor of Detroit. I don't like the fact that what we need is change. Now, mind you, I know a lot of people might not like what I'm about to hear. There's been many black mayors all over the city. Look at Chicago; they had Mayor Lightfoot. Atlanta, Miss Bottom. I could go on and on. Even in Pine Bluff, there's a woman mayor. The cities are still dumps. It's a dump. Now, mind you, we're going to give her a chance. We're going to see what her policies are going to do for the city of Detroit. The city of Detroit, to be honestly, needs a fresh mind thinking. I don't want identity politics. I don't want. I want clear goals to revitalize the city and bring businesses and to bring investments over. You know what I mean? The fact that I don't want this to be the fact that she's the first black man. I don't know what her track record is. What has she done to improve anything that's going to make this thing works? And this is why we need somebody with a mindset who has a business mindset, urban rejuvenation. We need all this thing. There still are abandoned buildings in Detroit. There's still abandoned buildings. So we'll see. How many years a mayor have?
It depends. Sometimes 2 to 3 years.
It depends, yeah. 3 to 4.
It depends. So we'll check back here 2 to 3 years to see what's going. And matter of fact, we'll even do one better. At the end of her tenure, me and the team will fly to Detroit and film. Not to be judging, but we're going to see what's going to happen.
Good point.
So, yeah, that's a good point. Well, for me, I'll just say this: the last 2 mayors, they have been building money from the city and it's starting to go out and everything. So there is money being made in Detroit now. With this mayor, she's given this on a simple platter. They just built a new bridge called Goldie Hunter Bridge that comes to Canada Day. So that could probably, when it comes to like trades and everything, money and everything, let's see how it works and everything. So I just want to see her continue building the economy here in Detroit and everything. Continue to do that, because like I said, Detroit is still on the rise and everything. We're seeing billionaire, he's the owner of the Clinton Cavaliers, Dan Gilbert. He funds almost millions of dollars into Detroit, and he's doing good with that. So with mayors and everything, just keep building up the economy here in Detroit and everything, and keep on doing that. Once you keep on doing that, you can still, clear these abandoned houses and everything. There's been abandoned houses in Detroit, fellas, for decades. I'm talking 40, 50 years and everything. Now, if you can build these, continue to build these, like housing projects and everything, which I have heard, and family has been telling me about, how, there's certain areas that they try to turn some areas around and everything, of rebuilding houses and everything. That would be good. So, like I said, she had this in a civil player. Just keep on. The last 2 mayors that kept on building Detroit. Now it's her chance to really turn it up a notch and everything, because I can't has a point when it comes to some of these black mayors, mayors that we have talked about on our podcast. They take money, they don't do well. So if she can, like I said, with her, if she can do well, continue building economy in Detroit, we'll revisit this again, and we'll tell her the good job she does. But if she doesn't, we'll talk about the bad job that she does here as well on this podcast. So we'll just see how it is. We'll see.
Shout out to Jesse Meow, sponsor of today's show. Go ahead, Jordan, read the super chat from Jesse Meow.
Yes, another $5 for the super chat from Jesse Meow. We appreciate you. Prince is out here trying to pretend like someone's genitals are completely irrelevant to their leadership decision-making abilities. He called you out.
Yeah, just hit me out, kind of Hakeem out. Not only that, but liberating on Twitter said, have you done any coverage go for 50 just massacre at the hospital? Wow. No, we haven't. And all black and only blacks. Wow. No, we haven't. We'll probably look into that. We'll probably do a coverage. Probably.
Yeah, we look into that. Yeah.
I would definitely. But just hit me out, kind of like Hakeem out.
Hey, listen. He see what I was trying to do. I was trying to be fair. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't.
Hey, just hit me out. I don't think Hakeem hate women. He loves women. He's just like, They just say when it comes to black women.
And listen, I don't want to come off as being misogynistic. That's why I was saying, like, because if I really wanted to go and say, like, yo, women leadership don't work, but they'll be attacking me all day. You feel me?
But moving on to the last topic on today's show before we head up and out of here. Jordan, what's going on with Kai Cenat and the comedian?
Yeah, so the comedian Dion Cole, he was on Frank Champs, and he with this clip went viral. He was talking about back in the BT Wars back in June, and he was talking about how Kai Cenat, really didn't acknowledge figures that was there that that might not be superstars and everything. And he felt that was disrespectful when Kai was trying to shake his hand and everything. He just really looked at him. But Drewski, he was there shaking his hand. Hey man, this is the guy for Old Spice and everything. So he's really greatly calling out Kai Cenat and other streamers when it comes to black public figures. You should kind of be a research of who they are and everything, because if you just think streamers and you kind of know everybody, this is kind of job and everything, call like disrespectful. So go ahead, I write a clip from Dion Cole, what he was explaining, and after that we'll chop it up.
Shows and do vaccine shit, right?
Yes, I saw it.
And this motherfucker was like, yo, like people was like, he was going up to people like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Wale.
Like,
You ain't know who the hell Wale
I don't know who
is.
that is. And his excuse was, don't blame me because I'm young.
Right.
And that was so disrespectful to me because
Wale took it personally. You seen that?
I met him.
Wale wanted the African dance.
Look, I was backstage and I met I met dude one time backstage, and he walked backstage and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was like this. And he walked off, and he was with I like that dude, the blonde hair, the Drewski. He was with Drewski. Yeah, and Drewski looked at me and was like this. What's up, OG? How you doing, man? I appreciate you, man. Yeah. This network hired to him and was like, man, you know OG, you funny as hell, and he was like this. And just walked off and shit. And I was like this. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. If you don't know who I am, it's all good, right? But when you go on the record and say, when they trying to go this baby face, and this is this person and that person.
On the red carpet with baby face?
You like, but look, but they asked him, and he was like this. I don't know these people. I'm young. Don't blame me because I'm young. That was terrible to do. And to hire him to be your representation at an award show that you got icons and you got younger people, I think it's like disrespectful. And that's, I'm not.
What's up, Blake? Good. Where am I?
What's up, Blake?
Yeah.
How you doing, baby? You good? Good to see you, my guy. You killing shit. How you doing, bro?
Good, brother. Mm-hmm.
Good to see you.
Hey, he be on the Old Spice shit right here. Oh, okay. Yeah. You doing the Old Spice? Yeah. You go right here? What's going on, man? You good? How you doing, man? What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, so there we go. So there was another clip that happened during the BT Awards that he did the same thing to Wale as well too. So Dion Cole trying to make a point, if you're doing your job and everything, it's important to know these figures that you pass it by, you try to interview. So start with you, Ronnie. Does Dion Cole have a point about Kai Cenat?
Yes. But I get exactly where he's coming from on the comedian Dion Cole. But you got to keep in mind too, this is a younger generation. Younger generation don't know things from the old generation, so that's why it is very important for them to do their research. But Kai Cenat, you gotta understand something. When he go to like a BET award, any major award, he only focus on people that he actually interview, people that he actually talk to, and now that people that he also familiar with when it comes to aspect of social media. The comedian on Dion Cole don't really be on social media like that, like he used to be. So he probably is uninformed. But to me, if Juicy were not right next to him, to me, before he even walked up, Juicy should say, "Hey, that's the comedian Dion Cole. He's supposed to give him a 4-1." So as soon as you walk up to him, he already know, like, who is who and what is what. So, but I don't blame Constant. I really don't blame Constant at all because he's pretty much he's from the younger generation crowd. A lot of people don't know. There's some younger people don't even know who Nas is unless somebody tell them who they are.
All right.
But go ahead, Hakeem. I want to know your thoughts on this one.
I'm tired of these old niggas begging for some type of validation from niggas who's not even in our age group, who's not even in our era. Casanet is a young dude. He's 23. How the F he gonna know who Babyface is or who Dion Cole? The only reason Drewski knows them, Drewski is a little bit older and he does comedy. So he has to know his elders. But here's the thing. You're not going to expect a 23-year-old kid to know anybody past 2007. How would you know something like that? 2010 on down, yes, he might know. He know who 50 Cent is. He know who Kevin Hart is. These people are in our faces. I don't know if you remember. This happened 10 years ago. Lupe Fiasco had to do a show where they were supposed to be honoring Tribe Called Quest. They went and asked Lupe Fiasco, hey, do you know any of Tribe Called Quest music? He said, no, I don't. Everybody was in the upworld. Where Lupe Fiasco from? He's from Chicago. They don't listen to they don't listen to hip hop over there. Regardless if they're around the same age. People need to stop holding people to standards that don't make sense. I don't blame Casanet. Casanet is a young dude who's 23 from New York. Allow the man to be who he is, and I don't expect him to know anybody. He should know who he know in his age group.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, Drewski was right there. He said, he's from the Old Spice commercial. When Drewski said he's from the Old Spice commercial, I think Casanet kind of go, oh, yeah, I remember that and everything. So, but yeah, when Dion started doing, you put too much pressure on a kid like that, like I said, Dion Cole, like I said, I know who Dion Cole is, me, I don't know who Dion Cole is, but, like I said, if you're not like a star or a superstar, in your 40s and 50s and everything, a lot of these kids not gonna know who you are, A lot of these kids that love with people that are in that age, who's the hottest right now and everything. And that's always been like that, every generation, There are some 20-year-olds who know it's like, oh, by whole generation, of course they do, they probably do and everything, but Casanet, he knows, like I said, he knows a lot of people, but some people might just don't know, forgotten everything, And, the thing is Wale and everything, with the Wale situation, probably know it's about Wale like that. That's why we're having everything. But yeah, man, like I said, don't put too much pressure on Casanet, man. Like I said, he's still young, he's still in the fame and everything, and, he's just trying to, well, he kind of figured out everything, and he's trying to do his best, to do what he does and everything. And he's still building, he's still growing, and like I said, if they get him next year, he'll definitely do better. If he goes to BT next year, he'll definitely do a lot better next year than he did the previous year, because like I said, it was his first time doing that with BT.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody that was here in the building. I'll be Wody. Just hear me out. You already know Mr. Darlow that was in the building. Also, Just Hear Me Out is today's sponsor of today's show. We really do greatly appreciate you. Shout out to the pretty and beautiful Evelyn Perez that was also in the building. Why High was also in the building. Shout out to you guys for always coming through, showing us love and support. Shout out to those right now watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X, Bingo Live, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every time we go live. We really do greatly appreciate you guys so very much. And not only that, but we also thank you guys so much for also being patient with us as we were trying to transition over when it comes to aspect of coming back online like we do on our normal basis. Like also guys, so very important to go to Cal Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find the Cal Culture Radio store is also pinned on top of the chat. That's where we have the Cal Culture Radio merch. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Gray Seas Rising Soul. She ran one of our merch on her live on TikTok. It was really dope to see that, man. I had to let the guys know We took a screenshot. I had to send them over. I was like, hey, we love you, Sophia. Sophia Grace, we love you. We love you so very much. And not that, but we appreciate you guys so much for coming through, always supporting us, always showing us love and appreciation, man. You guys don't understand how much that means to us. Even when we didn't go live like we normally do, you guys were still checking on us and see, hey, what's going on. We really, really do greatly appreciate that. Also, guys, so very important that you go to Caliculture Radio community posts or community tab, like they used to call it. That way we leave important information, like pretty much going back live. Hakeem new book. Oh well, his books. I ain't gonna say new book. His book that's out now. Raising Kings. Also, what is the Raising King? Also, Black Love that's out now, and also Hakeem album that's out now too. And then also he's almost finished up his second album that's about to get ready to come in December. Go ahead, Hakeem.
The new album is done. It's going to be released on December the 12th. The Ghetto is for Lovers.
Oh, there you go. December 12th on his birthday. So guys, be on the lookout for that. And now that we also got a couple of birthdays within this month. We got Jordan's birthday and also my birthday as well. Shout out to Evelyn this Monday. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying Scorpio season, baby. Let's go.
Man, it's Scorpio season, and Detroit is doing their thing. So we got a couple of birthdays. November is like birthday city, birthday month. So, and also December as well. So we got a couple of birthdays that's coming up. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that's having a birthday out there. And I can't stress this enough, guys. Make sure y'all go and check up on your loved one, because you never know. The time we live in today, you just never know. And shout out to the American Trade Man that was also in the building as well. And we also had a couple of people watching us on Instagram as well. Shout out to you guys so very much. Well, we will be back here again tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to pretty much. Thank you for tuning in to Caliculture Radio.